And they're going to get up there the line quickly here. No huddle. Try to get them off kilter here as Holton go back and hand off again. Cody Russell, but they read it this time and they shut him down. Second down will now turn to third down, 3rd and 4.
Wikiwachi has extended their lead now. It's 20-0 over Lecanto in the second. And Hernando's already got Brooksville Central on turbo clock, 42-0.
Wow. Under 3 minutes here at Hurricane Stadium. 3rd and 4. Big down here for the Hurricanes. Holton's going to go to Bishop's left. Trip receivers to the far sideline. Max Martone, tight end to the left. Snap. Looking for a bubble screen, but throws a slant pattern. Caught! Great throw and catch.
Connor Bishop. 31.
Great throw. And first down for Citrus.
And that was Shamlin on that reception. So, and he had turned, posted up. He was ready for the ball to get there, and it was a beautifully thrown ball by Connor Bishop.
1st and 10 at the Nature Coast 31-yard line. Going to go I formation again. Twin receivers to the near sidelines. Blitz coming off the side at the cornerback. Blitz coming in, and he's a handoff. Dive play. Russell goes a couple yards. So we go 1 yard, be 2nd and 9.
As we're winding this half down to 2 minutes to go, and they'll be snapping the ball under the 2-minute mark. So Citrus got to pick up the pace a little bit. I think their kicker can hit it from there.
Well, I don't think they want to give the Sharks the ball back, so they're just going to run it down as far as they can, see what they can do.
Yes.
So it brings up 2nd and 8. So I formation again, Bishop under center, twin receivers to the near sideline. Snap. Dive play again. Cody Russell cuts out backside. He's going to the 30, 20. All the way down to the 15-yard line. Good run by Cody Russell off tackle. 1st and 10. Ball clock is now under 1 minute and 30 seconds as they move. The clock is stopped as they move the chains. 15 yards. They got to get out of the huddle quick. They do. Under center. Bishop. I formation. Going to break out. Single step back behind him. Snap. No. Broken play as they look to go right, and Russell went left, and Bishop took gain a couple yards. Bring up 2nd and 8. Clock is winding down at 1:09.
But they're still within real good field goal position, so Vernador might be playing for, if we get a touchdown, it's a bonus, but it will take 3 and go in the locker room at half up 3.
Yeah, I think they have a timeout left too, I believe. Yep. So Holton's going to be in the position as they rotate tight ends to the right side. It's going to be handoff, a strip play, and it's going to be a stretch play to Holton, and he just couldn't get the ball in his pocket. So it's going to be 3rd and 10 now. Clock is just under 36 seconds, so brings up 3rd and long. And here we go, 3rd, 29, 28 seconds. They're trying to get one more off here. They got to get to the thing. There's 23 seconds as they try to get it down. They may not have. They need to try to get it up. Rotation again to the other side. Holton, they're going to do the same play. They're going to stretch. No, he's going to looking for pass. Throws it right in the middle. Throws it up for grabs and knocked out.
At the last minute.
Intended for the receiver, number 2.
Just didn't lead him far enough.
But there's a flag on the play, and it's a roughing the pass. It's going to be an extra down. 11 seconds left in this first half.
This could turn into the Chiefs game from last night.
Yes.
Untimed down, maybe.
There was a record for that, I think. That's 15 big yards. I mean, with 11 seconds left, I mean, you got
one chance and
maybe 2. I mean, you got 2 for the end zone if you want to. How aggressive do you want to be?
High school, you can't. I don't think they can get that off that quick. We'll see what happens.
2
passes.
11 seconds. They could do 2 passes.
We'll see.
I would say we'll go take the lead at halftime.
Bishop's going to go back in the shotgun. Holton's in the slot to the left. Twin receivers, 2-step drop, looking for a pass, throws it in wide open, touchdown, Max Martone, as it comes out on a little swing pattern, wide open. So 6 more points for Citrus. They score with 6.7 seconds left in the first half.
You don't need to worry about 2 plays when you score on your first play.
There you go.
That just shows you what.
That's why we're up here.
That's why we're up here.
Everyone already knew that. Trenton has added to their lead over PK Young, 12-0.
So Mr. Bacon has a low snap, and then it's low kick as it goes underneath it. So
you want to write that down and remember that.
Yeah, 20-14 now. That may come back to haunt them. But 6.7 seconds left in this first half, and Citrus leads.
Well, that's just what Citrus needed going in.
Yeah,
there's only 6 seconds to go. They'll kick off. The clock will start, and they'll run it out.
Yeah,
and Citrus would take the lead. Yes.
We'll see what happens here, but Nature Coast will get the ball at the beginning of the second half. So.
And I don't know much about the points, Mike. Now, Brett's he's up on all these points. If they still could be out too much for points. If Nature Coast wins, it just sets it up for the showdown next Thursday. So
Citrus has got a lot of work to be done.
A lot of work.
With point totals. Their easiest and best road to the playoffs is by winning the district. And they've, of course, already got a loss to Hernando. So for them to win the district as it stands now outright, they would need Hernando to drop 2 of their final 3 district games.
And it don't look like Hernando's doing that tonight.
Not tonight. They still have, obviously, Nature Coast on Thursday and then Lecanto left on the schedule. So, I mean, it would take all kinds of confusion with the points for them to jump up to that 8th spot.
There's a kick all the way down to the 20-yard line, brought out to the 30, and it's fumbled. And they're saying that maybe he was down.
Yeah. The clock has expired.
Yeah, so the clock went out, and halftime here at Stadium. Your score here, Citrus Hurricanes 20, Nature Coast Sharks 14. We'll be right back with some halftime comments. You're listening to Friday Night Football on CBS Sports 104.3.
It's been called a lot of things over the years: a work truck, a hauling truck, a mud and fishing or mall crawling truck, even a styling and profiling truck. But whatever you use it for, we can all agree it's built Ford tough. And that's why it's the best-selling truck in America for the past 40 years. So come take a test drive today at Nick Nicholas Ford Lincoln, Crystal River, home of the F-150, the F-250 Super Duty, and even the 350. Nicholas Ford Lincoln, Highway 19, Crystal River.
Beef O'Brady's Crystal River, serving up a great time since 1985. Family want a pizza? House any large pizza up to 5 toppings for $9.99. Try Dan's homemade soups made from scratch. Chicken noodle, ham and bean, and sirloin vegetable. Homemade spaghetti from scratch with meat sauce, garlic bread, a house or Caesar salad, $7.99. Beef O'Brady's is budget and family friendly. Beef O'Brady's, Gulf to Lake Highway at Highway 486 in the Publix Plaza.
As a public service, I'd like to take a moment to give you the ingredients in Mike Scott Plumbing's private label water bottles. Water. H2O. Yep, just clear water, bottled in Citrus County. Water is the most natural refreshment around, especially when the temp feels like 100 and, well, you know what I mean. Private label water bottles, created for business, charity, or anyone working in this heat. Mike Plumbing private label water bottles. Call 886-314-4443.
For the best in sports coverage in West Central Florida, we are WIKE-FM, English Yankee Town, CBS Sports Radio, 104.3.
Welcome back to Friday Night Football. We welcome you into Hurricane Stadium here with a score of 20-14. Hurricanes lead. Missed extra point attempt right at the end of the half, and the Citrus Hurricanes scored a nice little pass from Bishop to Martone to take the lead.
Yeah, and the way it's turning out, here again, we've said it all night: mistakes, 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 and you just had a bad snap coming out of center. The extra point was no good. So here again, you got a 6-point ball game, and Nature Coast goes down and scores, gets the extra point. Now you got a 1-point game for Nature Coast. So it's going to be a seesaw battle back and forth. I think if Citrus can keep the energy, the stamina, if they can play, let's face it, Citrus is playing Martone, Russell, Rudy. They're key players both ways. Yeah. So they're playing a full 2 games tonight.
Well, Nature Coast too, though. I mean, this is the smallest Shark roster we've seen in quite some time. They're not exactly
but I think
deep either. So that's
the key with Nature Coast as they go deep into this game, Brett, is they can bring in a back that Mike and I have seen tonight that weighs over 200 pounds, and they really don't miss Burnett all that much. Yeah, they're going to miss him. I mean, like you said, he's run for over 670 yards so far this year. But the backs they've brought in, they're just brutes, and they just pound it and pound it.
Well,
So
Weston he's got 582 yards on the season anyway.
Yeah,
I mean, he's just a big brute, 6'2", 215.
But he's been really non-existent the last 2 or 3 drives. That's the hard thing.
It's
I mean, when he gets the ball, he's dangerous. We saw that on the first couple of drives. He was able to really get things going pretty good. But that's the thing with Nature Coast. I think this year, as we've seen. I mean, they were in a close battle with Brooksville Central. Had a bunch of turnovers. I know the field wasn't in great shape and it was a wet night, but they've sort of not been able to put away opponents easily.
But if you want to look at their roster, they're very young, Brett. I mean, that's the thing surprising to me. That
except for Coffee and Weston, those are guys who played a lot of football for them.
Yeah.
And I mean, they just.
But they'll be a team to be reckoned with next year with all these sophomores and juniors.
Well, you look at what they've done. I mean, they lost to Lake Wales. That's their only loss, 34-20. They beat Central 28-26. That was a close game. But then Weeki-Wachee and LaCanta just blew out. They scored 115 points. They've only given up 82 points this year. They won the least in the conference except for Hernando.
And they've given up the big play tonight. I mean, there was,
yes.
I know there was an illegal formation penalty, but that was another big touchdown. So they've given up a lot of big plays. That Holton touchdown obviously was a play of over 50 yards.
The pass
a long
play here
touchdown.
at the end.
Yeah, and they've, smart play by Coach Varnador on that fourth down play because, I mean, I think a lot of times when you probably think you're the underdog going into a game and you've got the ball at the 35, 40-yard line, you're thinking, okay, we'll go for it on fourth down, and I'm going to trust my defense to make a stop. And he said, well, I'm going to trust my defense, but I'm going to see if I can bury him deep. And he did, and they got away with it. And,
and then
three and out and a bad punt, and they get great field position. And
sets them up real nice.
Pretty impressive stuff by Crystal River. I mean, for Citrus. I mean, I think that's the thing, too, is the defense is playing really, really well. And the other thing I think, in talking to a couple of coaches about this game ahead of it, Nature Coast is a power running team. I mean, that's what they want to do. And, I mean, if you're going to look at the history of Citrus High football and what's their strength, well, they're going to stop the run usually up the middle. I mean, remember we were out here a few weeks ago when Hernando played them, and, they were stuffing the run. Hernando had to throw deep. And they did.
Were successful.
And so, I don't know if you'll see Nature Coast try to loosen them up a little bit because that's what Citrus is going to do. They're going to, stack it up against and plus I think they have to have the tacklers because, some of these running backs are so big, they're going to have a lot of guys in there. And so
I think
that'll be interesting to see if Nature Coast continues to do that or if they change something up.
I don't know who the defensive coordinator is, but the game plan for them with Martone shadowing Burnett has been really, I think, the difference because Burnett.
It's been a key.
It's been the one that has been, the dynamic one that can, make people miss and get out in space, whereas the Coffees and the Westons were the backs and just going to hit the AB gap and just, pound over people. So I think that's taken away one element of their game, and they're not used to that yet. They can't see it.
And I think going into this game that Coach Varnador probably gathered up his coaches and said, hey, we have nothing to lose.
Right.
We can go. We can either be the spoiler and have a chance to get in the playoffs through the point system, but in order to do this and be successful, we better put Martone and just have him shadow Burnett wherever he goes. And if he goes to the sideline to get a drink of water, you go with him and just don't let him out of your sight. And I think that's what they've done. Really, Coach Varnador's playing, if you look at it, 10 on 10.
Yeah.
Because he's taken Max out of the system for the most part and just concentrating him on Burnett.
And you saw the answer from head coach, Corey Johns. You saw his answer by taking in Coffee and Weston and putting the power backs in.
Putting the power.
So there's a nice game thing going.
There's a little chess match going on.
I like this chess match between the coaches. It's really nice.
Yeah, there's a little chess match going on, and I'm sure Varnador will take at halftime and try to implement something. It's so hard in any sport when you go in at halftime and you're limited on your minutes in the locker room with the players to come up with a new scheme. And that's why I always believe if it's not broke, don't fix it. And I think Nature Coast